Hello everyone, the video today is on the Airfix 54mm French Cuirassier 1815. I really like the series of kits Airfix make, and I've got a few of them in my stash, but I'm only going to make them if I've got spares, because I'm also a bit of a collector of the models, and they're classics. I really do hope that Airfix will re-release them one day, because they were fantastic. My journey with this model actually started about 10 years ago. I actually began the model 10 years ago, and I must have put it away and completely forgot about it. What I did do was I started on the head. I started painting the head of the soldier, and I painted the horse. Nowadays I do all of my painting with acrylics, but back then I did use enamels. With the horse, I also added a tongue with some putty that was slightly out, so it gives it a bit of a wild feel to it. And I also remember putting some horseshoes on it as well through plastic card. I do remember I purposely painted the horse in a glossy coat, because it would be in battle, running and sweating a lot, so its coat would be very glossy, and it does make sense to have it as a glossy coat. I painted the breastplate with SMS chrome paint, and the application of it was fantastic. It turned out to look very realistic and very shiny. I was really happy with that paint. Unfortunately, I lost the actual instructions somewhere along the line, but I was able to track down the instructions on the internet, and the other fortunate thing was that the instructions were to scale. It had a template for cutting out the belts, which I was able to use, and it fit well. Along the way, I also managed to lose the soldier's chin strap, but I remember reading an old military modelling magazine article to make chin straps out of copper wire, where I've wound it up around a pin and flattened them out, and then I attached it to the soldier. What I had to do was I had to glue one side, let it dry thoroughly, and then add super glue as I went along. The actual size and fit was quite good, and looking at it in real life, the chin strap looks very effective. The stirrups and the straps from the stirrup, I had to actually add to the soldier first. Otherwise it would have been very fiddly to add it to the horse and then to the soldier's feet. So I did that first, and then once I positioned the soldier into the horse, then I could arrange the straps. It was much easier to do it that way. All my straps were actually done through paper. I found that paper was much more easier to work with than the very thin plastic that was provided with the model. With the paper, you could super glue it to the side and then manipulate it so that it could be well positioned. The issue with this model, though, was the positioning of the soldier on the horse. On the box art, the horse rears quite high. However, if you put the horse in that position, the soldier is actually sitting vertically, and realistically, it would fall. The person would fall off the horse. To get a better, accurate modelling of it, the torso should have been a lot more curved. So when I did actually position the horse onto the base, I didn't go for the high rear. I actually made it look like it was just jumping a small object. The kit was provided with a rifle, and the instructions show that the rifle is somehow attached to the saddle as well. When I checked other resources of reenactors, they didn't seem to possess the rifle, so I didn't include it into my model. It would have been a very difficult job in winding the rifle onto the saddle. So here is the finished model. As you can see, the rider is sort of leaning back on the horse when it's reared up high. So when I decided to put the horse on the base, it wasn't going to rear as high, and it was just going to be in a very small type of jump position. The base I used actually was a cup coaster with a bit of hollowness on the bottom, and obviously I turned it around so that I could use the hollow part as ground work for the model. The fortunate thing also was that on the side I actually used the lettering from the box as the lettering for my base. It was actually the perfect size, and it looks very nice on the base. On the base, I actually wanted to have some wagon wheels on the base, as well as some cannonballs. I couldn't actually print it out because my 3D printer wasn't working, so I bought a mini art market cart with vegetables and I painted it. But later on I found out that the actual wheel was too small. So what I did later on was I used another model, a German field kitchen wagon wheel instead. A couple of years ago, I made my own static grass dispenser using a fly swatter, and it works quite nicely, and the result was quite good. I also got some daisies that I put around in clumps, as well as a little stone. Then I added some other foliage, but it looked too clean, so I also looked through my supply of foliage, and I got some thyme leaves, and that added a bit more to it, but I thought something was missing. What I then decided to do is I decided to put some clumps of black tea. Now, that had the effect of looking at giving an effect of upturned ground, and from the horse's hooves stirring up the ground, and also through cannonballs and other things, and it looks like a turned up soil type of messed up battlefield, which to me had the right effect. I'm pretty happy with the overall model, especially with the base and how it turned out to be. Please give a comment below. I'd like to hear your thoughts about this, and also the Airfix kits in general. I like this picture of the model, this close-up in particular. I think I'm going to make a mini poster of this and put this up my room. It just looks very nice, especially with the horse's tongue sticking out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. Thank you very much.